Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be making this Jack Skellington Zero Nightmare Before Christmas set. So let's get into it. Of course, I had to have NBC on in the background, creating the vibes, you know. So I'm starting out here with Jack's head and all of the nail art brushes that I use and the gel liners. They're all from Nails by Dev. Now with Jack's head, his head isn't a perfectly rounded like golf ball. For this particular face he's making, the top of his head is kind of flat and tilted up to the right. Moving on to Jack's chest, that peeks through his suit a little bit. Jack's suit, this part gave me so many issues. You're just seeing the lines I decided to keep. But yeah, you can see I'm struggling. This brush was giving me so much trouble today. I was having such a hard time keeping the product on the brush, how I needed it, and flowing onto the nail. Just one of those days. With these lines here, you don't want them to be completely horizontal. They're kind of tilted inward towards his chest to go with the contour of the suit. Just going back over that with plain white gel. I'm using, oh, you can see me struggling there with a bubble. I'm using Modalones or Model Ones. I'm not really sure how you pronounce that brand. White gel polish. I'm also using their black in this set too. I really love both of their white and black gels. You have to do really thin coats though, so be careful or you'll get like bubbling and rippling. Moving on to Jack's eyes. Just like his head, his eyes aren't perfectly round either. They are very big, so make sure you make his eye sockets proportionate to his head size. He has very big eye sockets. And I'm keeping the top of those eyes kind of flat, like the top of his head, and turned inward to make those kind of angry eyebrows. He's also turned to the side, so that eye will be smaller. I also have a little differentiation there on the left side of his face between his cheekbone and his forehead. It's not just perfectly rounded over there like it is on his right side. Just moving on to his crooked little smile. This can be a little tricky sometimes, especially when you have characters facing a certain way and not just straight on. This was the easiest part of Jack, besides his nose, of course, and I had to redo his mouth like 5 times. Now I'm moving on to his bat tie thing. That's supposed to be a tie, right? And it's okay if the black gets lost a little bit here in the background because we're going to go over that with white and outline everything and redefine the bat and make sure he really stands out and pops. I really didn't want him getting lost in the details here. To really get good at hand-painted art, I know for me, I definitely leveled up when I invested in like higher quality liner gels, like the ones I'm using here. Just saying for any nail artist who may just be starting out. It's also super important that you invest in good nail art brushes. These are also, I don't remember if I said before, but these are also from Nails by Dev shop. Now just like I have Jack looking off to the left, his bat will also be positioned to the left, so one of his eyes needs to be smaller than the other. Now I'm going back over and really defining all of the outlines of the bat so that he doesn't get lost, and all of the small details around Jack's neck there. Now for the part that really, in my opinion, makes this whole portrait pop and takes it to the next level, we're doing the shading. Now in a minute I'll show you how I create my shading gel. It's just base gel. You can use clear, top coat, whatever, any kind of clear gel with a tiny bit of regular black gel mixed in there. And I'm just adding that to any spot on Jack where if he was 3D, it would, you know, cast shadows. After that first layer is cured, I'm just going back to any areas I missed or forgot and darkening up other areas that I want to really define, like right there underneath his chin and underneath the little bat tie. And here is just me showing you how I made that. I actually cleaned up from before when I made this a minute ago and was like, oh crap, I have to show them in case they don't know how to create their own shading gel. I decided to do the background after I finished painting Jack because I wasn't sure actually what background I was going to do. I knew I wanted to do probably a glitter, but I didn't know what. And I thought it would also be kind of annoying painting Jack on top of a glitter unless I matted the glitter. And then that would just be adding an extra layer and making the nail more bulky, so I just waited. Now I'm just going back over and outlining, making sure he really pops on the nail. And that's it for Jack. Moving on to Zero. This is the first time I'll ever be painting Zero. I loved how he turned out. He's so cute. With Zero, I really wanted to make sure that I got his little pumpkin nose detailed, just defined. I was really loving how his nose just glowed in the movie, and I haven't seen a lot of nails where his nose is given just as much character and attention as the rest of him. So I really wanted to take my time when doing Zero and making sure the glowing effect and the ghostliness of him really came across. And this is just a milky white gel I'm using by the brand Beetles. Now, I don't know what happened, but somehow I just wasn't recording when I outlined the rest of Zero, so sorry about that, but we're just going over with a second layer of milky white gel there, and it's okay if it's messy like that. We're gonna go over and fix and cover up the background with that same cat eye gel polish that we used on Jack. For his little pumpkin nose, I took a really bright neon orange, diluted it down a little bit with base gel, and then took a neon yellow and just kind of blended it out around the edges. Somehow I also did not film me doing little jack-o'-lantern's face. Sorry about that, but I wasn't going to redo that just for the video's sake. There's also a little bit of that neon yellow in the center of the pumpkin too, to give it the little glowing effect from the inside like a jack-o'-lantern has. Now you'll notice I'm not going right up to the edges with this, with the background cat eye gel, because I'm leaving room for his little ghostly aura. And that's it for Zero. Moving on to one of the accent nails. This is just how I do French tips. This is the method I find that works best for me. It's quick. I just go around wiping off the bulk of the gel till I get the general shape, and then I kind of go back over the French line with a fine liner brush, and then for this particular design I'm going back over the French line with a black gel, and then adding the lines down the rest of the nail, kind of imitating his suit. I'm really taking my time here and going over every part of that charm that I can without going over the gems themselves here, covering up the legs. Now moving on to the little heart spider web. These are so cute. You really just need to focus on making sure all of the lines are consistently the same thickness. Now I'm going back in with that same cat eye gel polish to add a little more dimension to this nail and just bring it, tie it all in together, just so it kind of matches more with the character art nails. And that's pretty much it, guys. I did also do a little like Jack playing card, but that was kind of boring. Didn't want to make you guys sit through that. Let me know what you think of the set in the comments. Love you guys. Bye.